on this stage. NFL evaluators love to see guys in big games against elite competition. Who can improve their stock the most today?
I'll go with Jeremy Ruckert, the tight end from Ohio State. We know that Garrett Wilson's out, the top receiver, and the second receiver, Chris Olave, as well, can actually flip-flop him either way depending on the game. But Ruckert only has 23 catches on the season. What I love about this guy in today's NFL, where you want to have versatility, he can play inline. He can play as a move blocker. And in the passing game, he's not going to run a great 40. He doesn't have that elite speed, but he's a sensational route runner. And I think he has the best ball skills of any tight end in this class. I've got him in that day 2 range, talking second, third round, and I think this is going to be a good opportunity for him against that Utah defense. And then finally, I love Jalen Petrie, the safety for Baylor. I heard you coming on. You love him too. What's not to like? He's interchangeable. He can play near the box. It's 17 and a half tackles for loss, 70 sacks this season so far. Also 2 interceptions. He can play all over the field. I can't wait to see Matt Corral, the quarterback for Ole Miss, against Petrie in this matchup. How does he affect Corral in this game? How does he affect in terms of pre-snap, locating where he is and what he wants to do, and then when Corral takes the snap, trying to figure out where he is and not throwing into trouble, because Petrie is all over the field.
No doubt. He forces fumbles. He picks off passes, the tackles for loss. You mentioned he is an elite player for Aranda's team. Todd, always great to talk to you. A little draft insight. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Reese.
As Todd McShay giving us the latest. And don't forget, Monday Night Football, AFC North, Week 17. Storyline's pretty simple. Winner, AFC hopes stay alive with 1 week left. Loser is eliminated. Ben Roethlisberger
last
maybe wrapping it up
like
last home game there. Speaking of drafting a quarterback and tying your franchise to it for a long, long time, if the Steelers can stay alive.
Shot, by
8
the way?
o'clock Eastern time. You like that? Is that a drone? Or
Yeah, that's pretty. That is
work.
smooth.
Tremendous.
Man, we've never had a drone out here. I mean, drive that thing.
Well, it wouldn't be as artistic if you did that, for sure. 1 o'clock Eastern time on ABC, just over half hour away. Spencer Petras, Iowa, taking on Kentucky.
See that offense. That offense has been, they've changed the quarterback now and then, tried to figure it out, try to get it rolling. It's been the Achilles heel for Iowa this season. They got to find a way to have some consistency at that quarterback spot and run the football and really do anything, because they've struggled.
Anytime the Big Ten and the SEC get together, there's always bragging rights on the line. I know, especially for the fans.
Are you keeping score?
Yeah, always. but the speed of the Big Ten, will it be in question? Will they be able to match up in this matchup with Iowa against Kentucky?
I want you to note the cleats that Will Levis, the Kentucky quarterback, is going to wear today. It's honoring those who were killed in that horrific tornado disaster in the state of Kentucky. Will doing that to try to raise awareness. There have been so many generous contributions to help out the people who are just devastated in Mayfield and other parts of Kentucky, and Levis doing his part there and hoping to give the Wildcats a victory over Iowa coming up as well. Penn State transfer, probably knows a little bit about dealing
Iowa
with elite Big Ten defenses. And there is Chris Rodriguez, battering ram of a running back for Mark Stoops' team.
Really a good back. I mean, he fits their system perfectly. Allows Levis to get involved in the running game, but they've got to get him on track. I will be trying to get Levis behind the sticks. How about the job that Wan'Dale Robinson has had coming over from Nebraska?
Right? Yeah,
Just
transfer,
a guy that they want to try to get in space. Really a dynamic playmaker. Iowa plays a ton of zone. They will not be on islands. They'll try to keep Robinson in front of them.
Yes, sir. Don't let them get behind you.
Yep.
Just keep an eye on the turnovers. It's been a problem for Kentucky. How about that?
Absolutely
LC,
love
stealth
that
bomber.
Stealth.
Is that
Man,
That's a stealth bomber that
just
LC
imagine
always
it's a
wears.
stealth. Yeah, imagine you from a third world country.
Yeah,
it
you
looks like
got
a
no
UFO.
Yeah.
It's like,
Imagine if that were in the Wheels Up fleet.
Last night's trip from Orange Bowl to here would have been a little quicker, huh?
Anything to get the promo in. You know, you got to make sure that happens. Houston Buckeyes coming up. CJ Stroud conversation with Tiffany Blackman. She went one-on-one. The California native always looking to improve his game.
Trying to win this game and then go into the offseason, just keep working hard. I can have another great season. So I feel like I'll do those things, but you have to go out there and prove it. Not just people are just going to give you anything.
When it's game time, everyone's got a favorite number. Whichever number you go with. You'll get free delivery this Saturday when you order with Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For 14 years, Subaru and our retailers have been sharing the love with those who need it most. Now, Subaru is the largest automotive donor to Make-A-Wish and Meals on Wheels, and the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and National Park Foundation. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates. And savings like that will make everyone feel like an MVP. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. In fact, it feels great. You should try it. But if you're not a magician, switch to Straight Talk. Get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month, now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes of hotspot data. With nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart and walmart.com.
You deserve a better credit score.
Whoa.
Chime can help no matter where you're at.
Whoa.
Because with everyday purchases and on-time payments,
Whoa.
things can happen a lot easier.
Whoa.
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 Whoa. Oh, you deserve some credit.
Whoa.
Get started at Chime.com.
We're having a baby, so the new law came at a perfect time. For less than $30 a month, the whole family is covered.
I love my job and it pays really well. There's just no health coverage. For $182 a month, I found the perfect plan.
All that stress about coverage just went away. For $14 a month, my plan covers my meds, vision, and dental.
Now, more people can get financial assistance. What you pay depends in part on how much you make. New law, lower prices, more people qualify at healthcare.gov.
At Jersey Mike's, while you're watching the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery this Saturday. Unless you're going to miss seeing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Are you ready for AFC North rivals to collide on Monday night? Are Baker and Garrett ready to stay in the playoff race? Are Big Ben and the Steelers ready for one last ride? Are you ready?
National championship matchup is set January 10th from Indianapolis, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Georgia and Alabama meeting for the title for the second time in 5 years. Dogs trying to break through for the first time since 1980. Pleased to be joined by the head coach at Georgia, Kirby Smart, who just got off the plane in Athens. I was told a story earlier, Kirby, the last time Georgia beat Michigan, there were like 10,000 people waiting in 1965. What was the reception like there in Athens when you got off the plane?
About 15 people. We're always short about 9,000.
Well, the difference is back then, Coach Dewey told me they were trying to get paychecks from Michigan. It was unexpected. It is expected now because of the excellence that you guys have had on a regular basis. During the interim from the SEC championship game to now, how did the players take control of leadership of that team?
Well, they just looked each other in the face and said, what can we do better? You know, what can we correct? What can we fix? Did a tremendous job of practice. You know, it's not easy to practice during that time. Talking to other coaches, you know, you got a lot of practice where the game's really far away. and they bought into practicing the right way. And we had some good practices down in Miami that I thought the leadership really bought in.
Kirby, talk about the preparation and as far as the keys. I mean, you and Dan seem to have that defense that was anxious to get back out on the field after the Alabama game. Those guys were locked in, not just being physical and athletic and fast and all that, but seemed to be tuned in to what they expect depending on down and distance, personnel grouping, every aspect.
Yeah, I thought the defensive staff did a tremendous job. You know, Coach Duyha, Muschamp, Schumann, and Coach Scott helped Dan a lot. Dan's, working 2 jobs, and they did a tremendous job of preparing that. And it was easy, because we didn't play real well our last outing. And there's a lot of guys on that defense that have a lot of pride, man. Those guys have a lot of pride. And it wasn't our best performance. But it's also easier to play when you got a 17-0 lead and your offense is clicking and your quarterback's playing well. And Coach Lunkin did a tremendous job.
Well, Coach, speak to that offense. That offense was on fire. Talk about Stetson Bennett. Obviously, you've answered a ton of questions about him throughout the season. But talk about that offense.
Yeah, I thought we were explosive, aggressive. We've got some good playmakers, and we're finally getting pretty healthy, When you got the backs we've got, and you got the wideouts, Jermaine Burton making plays on the perimeter, AD making some plays, tight ends. I mean, we got weapons, and I thought that offensively they had a really good plan to attack those guys and stayed aggressive.
Coach, congrats on a dominating performance last night. When do you guys turn the page and start to focus on Alabama?
That was last night. I mean, it doesn't take long. You know when you got to go play those guys, you got to get ready. So we just landed, and we're headed into the office now to kind of put this game behind us. And we got some good notes from the last time we played them, and we're going to try to use those and certainly get a better plan for the players.
Kirby, look forward to talking to you a lot more leading up to the national championship game. Thanks for being with us. And I imagine if you can't beat Alabama, you'll have the full throttle 10,000 waiting on you when you get back to Athens this time.
Or
more.
I hope so. Good to see you guys.
See you, man.
All right, there's Kirby Smart, gracious enough to join us right off the plane. 1 o'clock Eastern time, right after College Game Day on ESPN, about 25 and a half minutes away. Oklahoma State and Notre Dame.
What a great game. Start the day off. Game day gets done, man. Go right into a big boy.
New head coach for the Irish, Marcus Freeman, spoke with Chris Budden short time ago.
Coach, as you get ready to coach your first game as a head coach, how'd you sleep last night?
Very little, but it's with excitement. We're excited to be here, obviously, at this Fiesta Bowl, and I'm excited for the guys to get a chance to go out here and showcase how well they've prepared and to go finish this season off the right way.
What does keep you up at night?
I don't know. Just you want the best for them, right? And when you can't give it to them, that's what's going to keep you up. But I hope we prepared the right way, and now we got to go let it fly.
You're without Kyron Williams today against a very tough Oklahoma State defense. What do you need out of your offense today to be successful?
Well, you're going to need everybody to step up a little bit more, right? We're going to have to be able to control the line of scrimmage. Our guys up front have to be physical and make sure that, we can run the ball. And we're going to have to find different ways to do it. It's a huge challenge, but our guys are up to it.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck today.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Chris, Marcus, thank you very much. Now, this is what Marcus Freeman can really make an impact right here if he can win one of these games. Look at all those L's. 3, 4, 5, 6,
you
7.
remember that one at the bottom?
Not for 7.
Do you remember that Chad Johnson and TJ Houshmandzadeh?
Yeah.
Oregon State. That one got. I think Jonathan Smith might have been the quarterback.
I think he was.
That was nasty, man. That one got ugly.
He was. He was the quarterback. Now the head coach at Oregon State.
Yeah.
That was
a good memory.
Complete
it's
mismatch.
Crazy, isn't it? That's nuts.
We got
props.
Yes.
I got props. I was barely in high school, so I can't even.
Man, if I could just remember where I left my keys.
I'm like, 2000. Okay, at least I was playing NFL, so I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, that's ridiculous, though, man.
Continuity for Notre Dame. I mean, Tommy Rees, you thought he was going to go with Brian Kelly, be the OC, but instead stays with his alma mater. Jack Cohn, the veteran quarterback in there that they've used several quarterbacks over the course of the season. There's a lot of there's less unknown than you would expect with a young head coach and keeping the same offensive system and no Kyron Williams. It'll be different.
Well, it takes 3 to replace Kyron Williams, man. I mean, he was,
at least
he was that special and that dynamic, But I think these three are for the task, going up against the Cowboys defense, too. I think it's always great when you can have a different type of running back, at least two, but they got three that they can throw at the Cowboys defense. And that's going to be Jack Cohn's top target right there.
Yeah. Just throw it to the big fella. I mean, that obviously it makes your matchups are so easy when you got a guy like this. It just, you can split him out wide, you can bring him in tight. Like that's a lot of fun to do.
They'll need a balanced attack on the offensive side, and then we'll see if Foskey is able to get loose. This team that they're playing at Oklahoma State, they play with a lot of confidence. It's a kind of a newfound confidence this year. I feel like they found an identity with Spencer Sanders, who's known as
you worry about his confidence, though. The way he ended the season. You know what I mean? They still had a chance to win despite how bad he played. But do you worry about it?
I think not personally, just because I think he's played so much football.
Gotcha.
I think that he can kind of fall back to that. But really, their offense, Jaylen Warren and kind of gets behind that big offensive line. They got to contain him.
If they had him in the championship game, he gets in from 1 yard out. That dude is a bowling ball that will run through you. He was banged up, and Tate Martin, just throw it up to him in the red zone. He's made a bunch of catches, big, tall wide receiver.
In the past, it's been Oklahoma State vertical stretch with Mike Gundy, right? But Martin has the ability to do that, but it's not necessarily been that.
That dude will tackle everybody on the field.
Yeah.
Just everybody. The water boy,
yes,
everybody. Everybody's
hide the water cooler.
Look, three straight years. He's led the team in tackle. He's been among the nation's leaders in tackles.
Young freshman that comes off the edge. You're going to have Jack Cohn, especially on third down. He's got to be aware of how. I know it's Jim Knowles' scheme. He's not there, but it's still an aggressive attacking. They live on the other side of the line of scrimmage on TFLs and
Rodriguez can call it.
It's over 21 minutes away from the start of that PlayStation Fiesta Bowl this afternoon, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 in Pasadena. Utah making its first trip to the Rose Bowl, taking on Ohio State. Our ace researcher, Marissa Dowling, saying that Vivid Seats reports it's going to be about 78% Utah in the crowd today. We'll see if that stands up or not. But the other question for Utah is not whether their fan base can stand up, but whether their defense will stand up against C.J. Stroud, Travion Henderson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and the new wave of Ohio State receivers who will step in to replace Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, who've opted out of this game. That matchup might well determine the outcome of this Rose Bowl meeting.
Stroud to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Ohio State. He just keeps getting better and better.
He does a great job of feeling the rush and moving in the pocket and extending plays. Tremendous weapons across the board on offense.
His hard work and dedication to the game is outstanding.
Very good in its fundamentals, so let's just make sure that we got to do the same thing.
Utes are swarming.
They can just really suffocate you. They've got speed, they have size.
Utah in particular is very, very strong up front.
I know they're going to come out with a lot of different things, so I look forward to all the great matchups against their best DB.
We're relentless, smart, nasty ball hawks, so this is the best way to show the world.
Now, the Buckeyes might have lost a couple of games. They lost a game to a Pac-12 team that Utah throttled a couple of times in Oregon, but the Buckeyes still lead the nation in total offense, lead the nation in scoring and efficiency. This is a team that is going to score on anybody. It'll be quite a challenge, maybe unlike anything the Utah defense has